Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another riveting episodes of ADFARTECH Venture podcast. And today, joining with us, two visionary leaders at the forefront of technology and sustainability. We have a Glorianne Montefrio, an award-winning entrepreneur, public speaker, and founder of Innoverse Global Media. And alongside her, we welcome Paul Lee. He is the CEO of IGM Metaverse Strategies and an innovator in sustainability, IoT, and emerging technologies. So, with the Gloriana expertise in 5G, Web3, and AI, and Paul's extensive background as a global program manager, including 8 years as Amazon, these co-founders are shaping the future of tech-driven sustainability and innovations. So, I am your host, and this ADFARTECH Venture podcast is welcoming both of you guests together. So thank you so much for joining this, and Mr. Paul and Gloriana, please welcome to podcast.
Hello, thank you.
Thank you so much, Sonal, for this wonderful invitation.
Yeah, thank you so much. So to kick off the things, I would love each of you to share a bit about yourselves and your journey in the world of technology, entrepreneurship, and sustainability. So Gloriana, could you just start by sharing your personal introductions, and you can highlight your passions for sustainability, innovations, and innovative work you are doing at Innoverse Global Media. And then I will lead to Paul to give your role and your role as a CEO, as a co-founder, and your expertise at a Metaverse strategist. So please feel free to share your story.
All right. As you have known, my name is Glorianne Montefrio, and I've been here for UAE for more than 20 years now. I used to have my expertise in events and project management. I was doing a lot of projects on sustainability, and I met Paul, who's an innovator, and we formed this Innoverse Global Media, which is now called IGM TV. And yes, we are in the era of technology, and we believe that IGM TV could help the future generations to come.
Yeah, thank you so much, Gloriana.
Thank you.
And I'm Paul Lee. Good morning, everyone. I spent 20 years as an innovator and designer, and most recently was at Amazon for the last 8 years, and I ran an innovation program. And what brought me to Dubai just last year was a project with Emirates Group, where I was working on their metaverse strategies. And I actually really fell in love with Dubai and saw the opportunity for innovation and entrepreneurial opportunities. And that's when I started IGM with Glorianne.
Thank you so much for both of you for sharing this, wonderful introductions. That is also insightful. So we are really honored to have you both of you together with us. So thank you for being a part of our podcast. Now, before we start, I just wanted to, give a quick shout out to our incredible audience too. So because of them, we are leading this podcast with the great numbers of listeners. So thank you so much for listeners to giving us a very much insightful and the way you want to explore about the latest techs and the current trends and practices at various organizations. So thank you audience for joining us. And now before we proceed further, I would also like to give a few words about the ADFARTECH venture. So Gloriana and Paul, if you permit me, can I speak a few words about the ADFAR?
Please,
Please.
please.
Yeah, so at ADFARTECH Ventures, we are a IT and a tech platform, and we provide solutions for IT and IT resources that as a major skills which we have. And other than that, we are also focused on recruitments and this kind of a tech audio podcast. We have a vendor alliances with the 50 plus tech partners, including SAP, Oracle, Microsoft, Vega, OutSystems, APN, Self-Flow, Cloudera, Informatica, and many such more. And we provide almost all the types of key solutions, that is ERP, applications development, data, AI/ML, blockchain, clouds, managed services, UX, UI testing, and the cybersecurity also. And the major skills which we have is we have a 20,000 plus resources all across the globe. So we can provide, on-site and offshore within the 24 hours. So this is all our small capabilities, and we are still expanding in, all over the region. But as I say, we are presently focused more on the Saudi, and so too you people. So we just love to be with you, and we are here to share more about the different tech entrepreneurs. So this is all about our organizations, and I am your host Sonal Shah. So leading this today's conversations with you people. So thank you for giving me chance to introduce our organizations.
Well done,
Thank you.
Sana. Thank
Thank you. So now let's jump into this, direct intersection of a technology that we are going to discuss today. As both of you have decided to discuss the AI, that is artificial intelligence. So, Glorian and Paul, given your expertise in the sustainability innovations, how do you see this AI is playing a role in creating sustainable solutions? Can you share any specific projects or initiatives where you have leveraged AI for environmental as well as social impact?
Yes, actually, we're working on an AI virtual assistant, much like you're familiar with Siri and Alexa. But one actually you can have a conversation with in the same fashion that ChatGPT will give you answers. But the benefit of this is that you will actually get the ability to really get the answers that you want, not have to filter through results, and have a more of a conversational experience. And so using AI, we've been able to create virtual assistant we're calling Cleo, CLIO. And we actually, if you look at our LinkedIn, we just recently launched a teaser video that talks about that. So we believe that, having an AI virtual assistant will really allow you to get answers quicker, which means that you're not spending as much time on the computer, which ultimately, means that you're getting to your answers quicker and not really expanding your footprint and using a lot of the online server power, so to speak.
Wonderful, wonderful approach. So thank you, Paul, for providing such valuable insights into this, AI as well as your organization's role. So, you also mentioned that, Web3 in your profile. So how do you envisage this intersection of Web3 technology as well as your entrepreneurships? So is there any specific opportunities you see for the entrepreneurs in this evolving digital landscape?
I think the biggest one is blockchain, which is kind of central to Web3 technology and the decentralization of apps. And I think that, with Web 2.0, the cloud was really big. That was the world that came from with Amazon Web Services. But I think the future is really with decentralization and Web3 technologies through things like blockchain.
Okay. So, from your point, you see, there are tremendous potentials for these innovations in the dynamic space. So, wonderful, Shah. So, Paul, adding on these, may I know what are the different technologies you use for your organizations and how these technologies are, aligned with these AI requirements as well as your
Well, our big one is AI. As I mentioned, Cleo, our virtual assistant, is AI driven. But what we're building is a new TV experience. And so there's a lot of content streaming, which could use more traditional Web 2 cloud tech infrastructure and technology. But we have in the future incentives because, while you watch Netflix and Disney Plus, you don't get any incentives. You just watch it and that's it. With IGM TV, you have the opportunity to make a difference through our Web3 enabled technologies, through our incentive program, meaning that for every content that you watch, for the more hours that you view, you'll actually have opportunities to buy carbon credits or give back to the community and actually use your IGM points towards valuable things in the community.
Right, right. Wonderful, wonderful. So thank you so much for giving this wonderful insights about the, current technologies that you people are exploring and, working with. So, Paul, may I know, how many people are there in your organization?
Sure. So we currently have six. Four of us are here in Dubai. We're a very multinational team. I'm Korean. Glorianne is from the Philippines. Roberto Yusinich, our director of programs. He's Italian. And then we also have Gustavo Giller, who's our director of education. He's from Venezuela. And we have two American directors of engineering and Web3 technologies that are back in America as well.
That's okay. So how do you manage this skill set or technical skills requirements to, align with your organization's requirements? Because I had seen from your LinkedIn bio that you people are using, various skills and various different types of a technology to Innoverse global media. So how do you ensure that, particular skills are at a place and they are competitive, especially in this 5G, AI, and web?
I'd say a lot of it has to do with past experience. We have the minimum amount of experience on our team is about 20 years of experience. And we have Roberta, who has close to 40, 50 years of experience from Microsoft. I'm from Amazon. And so we just have a lot of experience, and it's come to the point where we've all kind of merge together our technical expertise to really become a new innovative idea out on the market.
That's a great. And what do you look for, new recruitees? Any specific skill set you need to, focus in the next future to integrate various technologies that are coming up?
Yes, we're thinking about the 3D, which is very trendy here, especially in the market. 3D graphic designers, and of course, the basic understanding of 5G, AI, and Web3.
Okay, that's a great. So, I don't know who will be able to answer this, but I'm not actually in the, mind, but I'd seen from one of your profile that you are also into gaming industry. Is it right?
I used to being with the millennials here that works with Expo last time for gaming, but yes, we made our IGM TV box, which is game
So we're
link.
developing.
Yes.
So IGM TV, IGM TV, as you know, is a transparent glass and metal OLED display. But what we're doing is we're trying to take that into a box, because a lot of people might have just bought a new TV and they don't want to buy another TV. But what we want to do is bring IGM TV to them. So much like Apple TV box, we're creating an IGM TV box. But this is going to be a very advanced box that supports up to 8K gaming. So 8K, if you look at Sharaf DG, there's 4K TVs, but now you're starting to see 8K TVs. I've even seen 12K TVs. And so I know. So we really want to, our focus isn't so much on increasing resolutions of our TV. We're really worried about or concerned with reinventing the TV experience. And so, but at the same time, we do want to support the increasing resolutions that the rest of the industry is focused on. And what we'll do is we'll be releasing the IGM TV box so that those who have 4K TVs already, those who cannot make room or don't want to purchase the transparent OLED TV, they can actually use the IGM TV box for their existing TV. But at the same time, support much faster gaming, AI on board, because AI currently, a lot of implementations of AI are in the cloud. And so what we want to do is have a box that's performant enough that you can actually have AI on board instead of having to go to the cloud, which eliminates the round trip and also allows it to be faster.
Oh, right. That's a wonderful. That's a wonderful. So for these also, you are exploring the same technology like 5G and AI in collaborations with each other, or what are the other technologies that you are exploring for this kind of innovations?
So right now it's primarily AI and Web3. 5G will come later on, and we'll explore that in another future session perhaps. But now our box is meant to be at home or in an office or in a classroom where there's a lot of Wi-Fi. So our primary focus is on providing not just Wi-Fi, but our new IGM TV box will support the new protocol for Wi-Fi 7, which is a lot faster, a lot more stable, and really offer lower latency, which enhances that gaming aspect.
Okay, okay, wonderful, wonderful. I should explore and try it. From your words only, it sounds, very amazing to hear about such a technology and experience this kind of. Because nowadays in India, in very few months, we are experiencing this virtual reality as well as, AI modern kind of gamings and all. And this all sounds very interesting. So, experiencing this technology in the real at the home with TV, that sound very interesting. So thank you, Paul, for a wonderful insight. Yes. So Paul, you had suggested and you had given insights into this AI and Web3 and these all technologies. So from both of yours profile, it is also evident that you people are into CSR also,
Right.
corporate social responsibility. So, how do you, believe this AI can enhance the effectiveness of CSR programs, or is there any specific applications that you find particularly promising for driving positive change and social impact?
Well, yes, I think there's 5 CSRs that we are really focused on, and those SDGs in particular. Those are SDGs 4, 7, 9, 10, and 12. But the education is the one that we believe will value the most from AI. Having AI virtual assistant that you can actually have a conversation to is kind of like having a mentor on your TV. So you can do your homework and you can ask your mentor, I need help with my algebra, I need help with my geometry, and it won't give you the answers. It'll be designed to help enhance your learning and offer more insights into what they might have already learned in class. And so even for those who are being homeschooled, it could really offer parents an opportunity to have an extra teacher at home that they can actually connect with, because you can ask Siri, you can ask Alexa some of these questions, but it's very robotic. It's not very personable, and you don't really connect with those virtual assistants, and they don't have a face. None of them have a face. So, a virtual assistant actually has a face and appears on this transparent glass screen that feels like a hologram. And it really feels like Cleo is in your living space or classroom and really helps connect with you on a personal level. When that connection is established, you tend to learn better.
Exactly, exactly. So it gives you, personal experience, like more than the personal experience. So it seems like the you people are, connected with each other. Because now, as you had mentioned that, Alexa and Siri gives a very generic approach. And nowadays, my daughters are also using the same things. But they say, Mom, these answers are very common. These things are very common. We need a particular advice for these kinds. So I can understand your approach towards this. So thank you, Paul, for your perspectives on the intersection of this AI and the CSR initiative. It's really impressive. So this application is running, or it's in still prototypes, or what stage it is?
It's still in development, and we're very close to having it launched.
Oh, great, great. So this is your reason for leveraging technology in CSR, is it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's a good. That's a good. So all the best for this new venture.
Thank you.
Yeah. So and one more thing, like you people are, moreover ethical people or doing the business in an ethical manner. From your so many posts, I'd seen that. So how do you approach this ethical considerations and the integration of AI? Because nowadays, these OTT platforms and this Web3 and P3, all these have so many side effects also. So how do you approach these ethical considerations in your entrepreneurships?
Yes, I would like to answer that, Sonal. So basically, from the experience that we had all together, it's like more than 100 years, and it's not only about the experience, but
TV.
the TV, but also we are also focusing on making it communal. We're making it reachable to other countries. Let's say from China, we're making use of the AI Cleo to have a translation. We could be able to make always with integrity. It is within our compliance that we have our values set that is aligned to what IGMTV is. So yes, that's our approach.
And also, I'd like to add to that, AI is only as ethical as creators. And so for our AI to really bring a lot of ethics to our AI development, it's really important for us to continue to promote and highlight a lot of the ethics of, what we put into the AI.
What's this out?
Yeah.
Yeah, so thank you so much, both of you, for shedding lights on this, the importance of ethical considerations in this, specifically technology-driven business that you people are running. Yes. So, when we were discussing about the team also, so how do you, ensure this innovations and digitalizations as well as, working with the diverse technology? How do you ensure this is also equivalently applied to cross-functional teams? Do you people use any tools or any cutting-edge technologies like, collaborate with the team members? Or how do you ensure these things are, equally communicated and shared between team?
So that one is largely around process, not so much tooling. The tools are standard tools like web conference tools, Zoom, Google Meets, things like that, and regular meetings so that we can also. Now, four of us are here in Dubai, so we can all meet physically, but two of us are in America. And so with the time difference, we have to do like late evening, early for them, Zoom meetings. Every quarterly, we meet together. But what we do is, we're all friends. And so I speak with my colleagues in America frequently, not just on official business. But the process, going back to the process, I was an innovation lead at Amazon, where I was last. When I mentioned I worked on the Metaverse project for Emirates Group. And a lot of that is really centered around a process of innovation, which is really around design thinking or user-centered design. And innovation really is all about solving a problem that is done in a very unique way, a way that hasn't been thought of before. And so to be innovative across a cross-functional team really doesn't matter what the skill set is. It's a matter of really putting and implementing those process into action. And the process involves certain mechanisms that are part of that design thinking methodology. And so we practice those mechanisms routinely. We also pivot. We evaluate our market response. We look at the users, and then we pivot if necessary, or we innovate or work to solve the problem that we see emerge. So it's all about understanding your users, understanding the problem space, and then finding an innovative way to create a solution for that.
Yeah, that's a great. So thank you for both of you for, there's a wonderful share about how the team is managed within this Innoverse Global Media. So, as you said about the current technologies you use, the team, how do you manage and what are the, things which are in the trend today? So, the next is, can you provide any insights into the upcoming technological projects at Innoverse Global Media or particular trend that, your team are exploring for planning to incorporate in the near future?
Yes, so I'll answer that one too. I'm doing a lot of the answers because I'm the technical lead on this project.
Yes.
These are a lot of technical questions. So the future innovations we mentioned include the AI virtual assistant Cleo, where you can ask Cleo anything you like. You can even have a conversation with Cleo, which is really important for elderly. There's actually a lot of loneliness and people of determination and elderly. They just want to have a conversation. It doesn't matter with who. Sometimes they just need to be felt like they're heard and have a response back, and make it believable. And so the AI assistant will really provide that. But we need to bring that to all TVs. And so therefore the AI needs to exist on our box, which as I mentioned, is like an Apple TV box. You can connect it to TV. and then you'll have IGM and Cleo AI assistant. And then the other thing, the third one that we're really focused on is, of course, making OLED, transparent OLED glass and metal televisions the wave of the future and actually affordable. If you look at some of our competitors, and Samsung was at CES, the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas in January this year, and they introduced a new generation of micro LED television that's transparent at a cost of 100,000 US dollars. It's not actually something you're going to see for probably 10 or 15 years because it's too expensive. That's what we call experimental technology. But what we're trying to do is create transparent OLED, organic light emitting diodes that are sustainable and affordable, so that every household can switch to the sustainable option. And your background matters. This is glass and it's transparent. You can see right through it. So you don't have to just leave it on one wall of your living room of your house. You can actually move it around your house and put it in front of your window and actually see through your window when the TV is turned off. So we're trying to reinvent the experience behind TV, not only focus on higher resolutions, 4K, 12K, it's 32K someday. It's about the experience of the television and also how it looks. When you turn it off, it's not just this square black box. It's a glass window that you can see. You can put a plant behind it. You can stand behind it. You can have a professor teach behind it. And so it's really a new experience. But like I said, we're trying to continue to innovate that to make it better, cheaper, and more available and not experimental technology.
Right. Wonderful, sir. So from your words only, I'm thinking, and I'm seeing myself with that kind of a TV.
I have had Sonal. Paul has actually had it used during his innovation cleantech at Harriet here. Working, Charles has visited last COP28. So kids were, the students were impressed that you could be able to do the presentation behind the TV itself.
Yeah.
Sound very interesting, The kids also, as well as elderly, and he has also described that elderly. Everyone would just love to.
Yes, that's the future.
That's the future. So you people are also having this kind of, forward-thinking approach. So that's a brilliant, signals for people to have this kind of a vision. So thank you so much for both of you. So, Glorianne and Paul, to both of you, if you don't mind, can I ask you one, organization level personal question, if you don't mind?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, so you people are investing a lot of things into improvements and innovations of the technology at Innoverse Global Media. So are there any specific tech budget allocations for this technology allocations, or how do you manage the finances? Because nowadays, and especially with the field you people are working, there needs to be a heavy setup of finance setback. How do you manage this tech budget and allocations of the finance within the organization?
Correct.
So far, we've been lucky to really be able to innovate on a very lean budget, and a lot of that has been our own capital. And we have actually one application out for our first investment, and we're actually going to be presenting and showcasing an actual product that exists. It's not just a concept. We have a product that we're ready to ship. In fact, if any of your listeners are interested in purchasing our glass and metal transparent OLED TV, it's available today. And so we're looking for orders. And in the meantime, we're going to be at STEP Conference Dubai next at the end of the month to showcase at our own booth our technology, as well as in Web Summit Qatar in Doha at the end of the month as well. So we're going to go from the 21st to the 24th. I will be in STEP Conference, and then we'll be in Web Summit Qatar from the 26th to the 29th of February. And we invite investors and anyone interested in purchasing to come take a look and check us out. We'll have a booth at both locations. So right now we're very, very active in our investment seeking stage. And we've been very fortunate enough to really get this far with our own capital.
Yes.
Well, that's wonderful. So I hope I would also join you. At least I am not going to buy for, at a urgent stage, but definitely I would like to have a view of the technology. So,
Absolutely.
so thank you so much for, sharing your instance into these budget allocations also. So, Gloria, I think you will need to answer this last question. Like, from your LinkedIn, I had also seen that you are into so much of empowerment into AI. So, how do you see this AI is contributing to empowerment, particularly in the context of entrepreneurship?
Oh yes. Yes, as you can see from the LinkedIn that I have been posting, it's not only about empowering women or youth or whoever. It's basically the future. We need to be empowered. For us to be empowered, we have to be equipped. So for us to be equipped, it has to be somebody who's going to represent. Again, we're going back to Cleo. We need to have the input that they're gonna be the memory. She's gonna be the memory of what has been inputted for it to answer what would be your query. So yeah, we're highly focusing on making AI very empowered in a way that it has been represented with Clio, our first AI assistant from IGM TV. So basically, we wanted to ensure also not about being a woman, a man, or a business leader, but we also incorporate those people who have determination cases and the elderly. So it's basically everyone has to be empowered. That's my answer.
It's a great, you are not showing just entrepreneurship, but entrepreneurship by heart. So that's a truly commending and inspiring for all of us to, listen such a beautiful words and while, practicing them into the work. So before we part away with this question and answer session, I would like to invite both of you, Gloriana as well as Paul, to share some, parting word of wisdoms, and you are leading the technology, a few words which can, inspire our audience to make a positive impact in this dynamic field. So, can you just give us a few words about, valuable insights into the future of the innovator and change makers?
Let me start. Sure, Sonal, let me start. Basically, we believe that technology is here already. It's just that how to make use of it, how to make sure that we are together in this in evolving stage of digital landscape, but then we have to ensure that the sustainability on doing innovation is always hand in hand together. That's why we believe that IGM TV is going to be the future for the next generations to come. And thank you for this wonderful invitation from ADFARTECH, and with you, Sonal, for reaching out and having this wonderful podcast. Appreciated.
Our pleasure to have a guest like you, us who are sharing, their particular emphasis not only on the technology or entrepreneurship, but those who are thinking for sustainability as well as the, corporate social responsibility. So we are always honored to have a people like you. Thank you so much, being here.
Appreciate that.
Yes, Paul, please, your side.
Well, I couldn't have said it better. I think Glorianne really hit the nail on the head. And I think really the future of television, as she mentioned earlier, television is approaching 100 years old very soon. We're only a year or two away from the 100th anniversary of television. And when you think about it, we went from black and white to color, and we went from standard definition to high definition to 4K, 8K, 12K. And it's just continued to really focus solely on the visual aspect and not so much about the human experience behind television. And so we look to the future of really reinventing the next 100 years of how television is in our household. And I think phones are probably our biggest competitors as people are replacing their televisions with their phones. But what that's doing is it's driving us apart. It's driving us to look down at your individual screen and make streaming and content all such a personal individual experience. But we're losing that community, that communal aspect of watching together, of experiencing together, of having conversations and really seeing the same thing. And that's really what we're hoping to bring back.
television.
Yes, thank you so much for Paul for this wonderful share. So I think from your words, like you both are really trailblazers in your field, and it's a really privilege for us to have you both on our podcast show. So thank you so much, and heartiest congratulations for and all the best for your future endeavors. So as we conclude this episode for today's discussions, and sharing my I can say like thankful. That is a very small words to appreciate your time and your openness in sharing your experience. So thank you so much, and we are really glad to have you both today with us. And we look forward to staying in touch and connected with each other. So in the future also we can have a better association as well as collaborations to improve
Definitely.
technology and innovations. Yes.
100% Sonal. And
Yes. Yeah, thank you so much. And thank you to the listeners also, those who are listening to this episode. As Paul has said and given the dates also, so you can directly go and buy this wonderful product from there to their stores also, and you can explore their various products and their, services they people are providing from their LinkedIn pages with the Glorianne Montefrio and Paul Lee. And you can also follow their company pages, that is Innoverse Global Media, so to know about the latest technology, entrepreneurship, and the sustainability act that people are doing. So thank you so much for joining us today. And for more such insightful conversations with the different tech people, remember to follow at ADFARTECH Venture Podcast through all the social media platforms. So till that next episode, stay inspired, stay motivated, and until the next time we will meet. This is your host Sonal Shah is signing off from ADFARTECH Venture Podcast. Thank you so much, team.
Thank you.
bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.